Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, Heather Stargazer here to do a reading for the collective for whoever, whenever, wherever. Welcome back, gazers. If you're new here, hi, welcome in. This morning we're going to start, well, it's morning for me, but whatever time of day it is for you, I hope your day is lovely. We're starting with the Wild Harmonic Oracle. We're just going to get some overall energies for the day. Ancestors, spirits, guides. What messages do you have for the collective? What would you like us to know? That shared breath. This is really interesting. This is the second time I tried to do this reading. I tried to do the first one and it was all about chaotic energy and things stealing your attention and having to stay grounded, and things were doing all of those things. And then I stopped and I was like, let's take a deep breath. And then I decided to start over. And the first card that came out is shared breath. So let's take a deep breath. Let's take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll begin the reading. Nice. Shared breath. That links us all together in that rhythm and harmony. Really grounding. I feel better. Don't you feel better? On the bottom it says nourishing roots. So sometimes when I feel overly anxious, I ask myself where my feet are. I know it sounds silly, but if all about you is chaos, right? It's important to remember where you are, remember the physical form that you're in and where it's located on the planet, right? And that brings us back to center, and it also puts us in a space where we're focusing on something other than the chaos, at least just for a second, long enough to take a deep breath. Where are your feet? My feet are on the floor. I'm sitting here with you, 222. Thank you so much for being here and sharing in this moment and this deep breath with me. I think we all need to take a deep breath right now. And remember how all of the things are interconnected. So maybe there's one thing and it makes you feel excited, right? But you're actually extra excited because there's something else that's also exciting you. So whether that excitement be like a happy excitement, or maybe it's a nervousness and anxiety, whatever feelings it might be. Maybe it's like this inspiration, like frustration, like you're ready to go, and then something else happens and those feelings kind of stack. And then whatever it was gets extra than what it's actually warranted, because you already have all this extra. Right? So if we're exhausted and we do something that's not, you're like, geez, all I did was, pick up the laundry off the floor and I pooped. Well, it's probably because you were already exhausted. So there's this little thing that is extra heavy, right? 333. And that's the more we center ourselves and take a deep breath, take that time to figure out where we're rooted. And to ground ourselves, right? That clears out that mental space, that clears out some of that emotional space, right? Flushes it out, puts things away, files them away to where they need to be, or at least identifies them, so that when there's this extra thing, we know, and if it's joy, just spread the joy. Just the more joy, the merrier, right? The better off you are, because joy is like the best medicine. But sometimes we can't get carried away. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, but now you have to drive your car. So do you really want to be laughing hysterically behind the wheel? Take a minute, laugh, and then pay attention to the road, that kind of a thing, right? That's what it's coming out here, that maybe there's so many different feelings, thoughts, responsibilities. Ooh, I heard responsibilities. Don't forget to nourish those roots. Look on the bottom there, material and spiritual prosperity. Right? There's a lot coming to you. This is about that shared wealth, that benefit of, the things that come together in an even keel. And again, so they're not looking at triumph in the reverse on the bottom right there, peeking out the Chariot, because there's the head and the heart have to be on the same page. The logic and reason have to align with the emotional self. If you're begrudgingly doing something because you know that it's the logical thing to do, but in your heart and soul, it's the last thing you want to do, there's that little seed of that is going to go with the manifestation and eventually might come as resentment, right? Or develop into something toxic. So there has to be this valuation within the self where we're okay with what, like really actually okay with it. And if we're not okay with it, we actually should change it or make an adjustment, or at least have like a levy somewhere, you know, a valve somewhere that says if it gets to this point, that's the boundary. And if it exceeds that, then there's got to be an adjustment when it gets to that point so that it can continue to manifest and grow in a healthy and positive way, whether that be a relationship, a situation, work, a project that you're working on, whether that be how we're handling a certain feeling within us, right? Take it how it resonates. It's actually applicable to every area of our lives. Where are your feet? Take a deep breath. All right. Ancestors, spirits, guides. What messages do you have for the collective? You got the third eye chakra in the reverse. Spiritual, material and spiritual prosperity is coming out again. And love begins. Look at that. Partnerships and alliances, the three of wands. Is that correct? Yeah. Three of wands. On the bottom, it says partnership and alliances, a little different. This is like, how do we connect, like waiting for that thing to come together. This is talking about the number 3, rooted in creation. And again, who are we connecting to? This is a lot about who are we connecting to? How do the needs of each of those things, the values of each of those things interact in a positive and healthy way, right? Alliance is like we are aligned. We're going in the same direction. We have similar goals, similar thoughts, similar values, okay, for the thing. And that's what helps it manifest in a way that is good for everybody, right? Third eye chakra in the reverse. That's the inability to. It's like you got like a blindfold right here on your third eye, and it's probably because the chaos is talking in this ear, the worry is talking in this ear, other people's opinions are coming up behind you, and you feel like everything you're saying is getting lost out in the wash. That's come back to center. Third eye chakra. I'm seeing this little drop of water right here. Okay, and again, that feeling balanced and taking a deep breath, oxygenating your blood, right? Take a drink of water, taking a sip of water, that will also help hydrate you and oxygenate your blood. And it also puts you back to center, right? When we take a drink, we take a breath. This space right here, it's like feeling very unclear, and you might have to go back to that space of your roots. You know, what is your foundational self? I'm always talking about spirit, but sometimes we are talking about the actual tangible foundations, you know, in like the real material and spiritual. Okay. And looking out into this, and again, this water, yes, emotion is here. There's a lot to see. There's a lot. The sun is rising over this, right? He's looking out over this. He's got this well of emotions, happy to share it. This large amount of land, property, material, right? That grows things. It grows trees, but it does have a boundary. There is a limit point here, and that's healthy, right? He knows what he has to take care of and what is outside of his responsibility. Where does this work? How does this work, right? And how do we maintain our balance? He's very happy, very rooted. Here, this is a very symmetrical card, both sides even, right? Keep in mind that a pound of feathers looks quite different than a pound of steel. They both weigh the same. Now, so if we're talking balance, does not imply symmetry. One side could be carrying a very large weight, and one side could be carrying, something very small. But that one small thing weighs as much as all of those other things. Okay, and so this person might say, "Can I help you with your burden?" And then they're saying we are helping each other by carrying our own load, right? Sometimes it's like, if I have more than I need and I give you some, it doesn't deplete me at all, and I'm happy to give because it helps lift you up. It's a huge difference to you. Or sometimes I'm in need and you help me, and it's a huge help to me, and doesn't really change, the course of your day, except to maybe to know that you helped someone else. That's even balance. That's caring, giving, symmetrical balance that allows for growth on both ends without depleting the other, right? Where is that found in this space? We have love begins, all right? Through those mutual respect and boundaries, there is a loving partnership. Yes, it can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It can be friendship. It could be a work colleague, right? It could be some person that you're aligning with, that you share mutual goals. I just saw 1111. So take it how it resonates, because in both of these, like, these are two different people's hands here, sharing the emotional space. See that? Like this one person with two, and then here's these two people with this one, and now they're bound. And they're helping each other out. This, yes, it does feel, it could be romantic, but this really feels like an alliance and a partnership, more on an emotional sense, on a spiritual sense, that is actually helping also in a prosperous sense. So it could very well be business. It could very well be family. It could be community. Take it how it resonates. The important thing is to remember where the value lies. All right? The value is in growth, in nourishing those roots. The TarotGazing deck. This is the channel's namesake deck. If you're interested in purchasing one, let me know. The email is in the description box. I also do personal readings. The email is in the description box. I appreciate you being here. Not trying to sell you anything, just letting you know what these are. All right. Ancestors, spirits, guides, can you please tell us about this third eye chakra in the reverse? Wow. Three of Swords. Page of Swords. Page of Swords in the reverse is like generally called a tarot spy, right? It's somebody who's like watching over someone's shoulder so they can, glean information from them. It's the eavesdropper. It's the one who has like the littlest bit of information that's not really correct and then goes and spreads it around the world, right? Somebody was saying things. Somebody was delivering information that was incorrect. Somebody was judging that information correctly. What it did was it caused a lot of pain. This is a huge betrayal, right? And it's just really interesting to me how these are crossing through here like this, and these are crossing through here like that. Do you see that? Three of Swords is so painful because it's not just a betrayal, but it's like the heart of the matter. Right? It hurts. It's a triangulation. Maybe it's a conversation between you and somebody else that's overheard by someone who doesn't get the whole information and then goes off and wreaks havoc. Maybe it's somebody that you shared something with previously and they diminished you. So now you don't trust the information that you're downloading. Right? Maybe it's because you've been so hurt in the past, you don't believe what anybody is saying to you anymore. That's what you get taught by these. That's what we teach people when we behave this way. That's what others have taught you by behaving this way. Ouch. That's why we have to take a deep breath. So it's the nourishing the roots. Those aren't the kind of roots we want to feed. That's like a noxious weed. We just got our noxious weed notification from the city that they need to be removed 1444. Because they cause such a problem in the community and in the environment and in the ecosystem. Those aren't the roots we want to nourish. Okay? Ooh. If you're wondering why you were feeling that way, it's valid. It's very warranted. It's warranted. Okay? But that's not how we should stay. It's not going to help you to stay in that position or mindset, especially when you're pondering how you can share this wealth that you have. I'm very proud of you that it didn't close you off so much that you didn't want to share or be shared with. I'm so proud of you that you're still open. That's a big deal. That is true strength. That is true strength. I'm so proud of you. Ancestor spirits, guys, can you tell us about this? Because I say that in the strength and the reverse on the bottom. Because you aren't feeling it. Because you're maybe still feeling in this. Listen, I heard disgrace. You have to return to grace, right? Three of Pentacles. Recognition, reward. People do see what you've done. People do see the work. People do see the accomplishments and how much value there is. How much, I really like credibility is the word I'm hearing, like credibility. You have the credibility because you've earned it. You've established these things. You've worked on it. Look at how he's pointing. Look at all that. Look what they've built. Look what they've done. And look, we would like to share with them. That's somebody that we would like to be in a partnership or an alliance with. Yes, these two are really, whenever I see them, I always think like they're like you should have a basketball right here. Because it's like almost like this leisurely thing. It's like fun to do, but you gotta practice, right? The people who could spin the ball on their finger like that, and you're like, whoa, you know, and you walk around with it like that. Oh my gosh. That takes practice. That takes balancing and center and skill. He's like pointing at you and all of this work. And there's this, feeling of how can we nourish the roots of that? How can we share those things? And maybe you're feeling a lack of strength or even a lack of willingness to participate at this point because of this hurtful feeling, right? Your strength is being used against you. Now it's reinforcing this boundary. Look at the sun behind it. Look at the sun shining back there. Because you have done the work. And it's interesting. It's like 3-3, like the hard 3 and the solid 3. And the solid 3 wins. The creation, the solid creation. Look, there's 3-3-3 because this is a 3 as well. And technically, these are the same card. You will be, I heard, vastly rewarded. Whew. And I'm feeling like it's going to be like a personal satisfaction. I mean, there could be a financial component, definitely with the 3 of Pentacles, teamwork component. Love begins. I think you find your tribe. Oh, then there is a temptation here. There is a temptation here. Somebody is going to bring some weird news to you. Here comes love begins. Get 7 of Pentacles on the bottom. So you got 7 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. When you add those two things together, when you add the patience to your hard work, you get the 10 of Pentacles, right? We get the devil out. It's called temptation with the Page of Wands. Okay. And here is this. So, 2 things. 1, I would be careful who you're sharing this with, like verbally. News, right? No news is good news. Or the temptation to hide back, hold back, and not participate because of this. Like there's like some sort of toxicity that's holding on to you. See how he's holding her back? He's trying to like get her, right? And she's trying to get away from him. It's Daphne and Apollo is trying to get her, and Daphne doesn't want to be gotten, so she turns into a tree. It's Bernini. It's one of my all-time favorite sculptors of all time. And she doesn't want to be gotten, so she turns into a tree. right? Rather than sharing her good news with the world, she gets taken down by this fear, by this temptation, by this person who's so after their temptation, which is her, that they basically chase it into the ground. This is coming out here with this love begins. I'm going to get with this Ace of Cups, I'm going to get a clarifier on that as well from a different deck, because that's very important, especially when we're talking about partnerships and alliances. And the Seven of Pentacles, talking about being patient. All the work that you've done so far is worth it. Don't go out there and pull at those roots before they're ready. Okay, let's get a clarifier. Wildwood Tarot. I couldn't remember the name of it last time I used it. It was St. Patrick's Day. And like as soon as I turned off the reading, I was like, oh duh. That's how things like that happen, right? It could be that your whole mental space is being clogged up by the what ifs, the anxiety, the protection, all the things, right? That the temptation is to stay put and to not participate in the nourishing of the good roots because you're afraid. It's like the people who rip out all their gardens and then just put rocks down so nothing grows, instead of just because they don't want to have to weed it. It's like, but then you don't get any vegetables either. Then you don't get any flowers either, you know? You have a lot of space and value to grow things here, and it's wanted from you. Keep going. Don't give in to the temptation to hold back. I'm not kidding you. It's the Ten of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. It says home. It's the Ten of Pentacles. Remember we talk about if you take the Seven of Pentacles and you add it to the Three of Pentacles, or we can even just do it this way, the Three of Pentacles, because it came out twice. You get this amazing. And then underneath that was the Ace of Coins. What? Guys, there's so much value to be had. And yes, a huge fruitful harvest, material and spiritual harvest, wanting to come into your space, wanting to be shared with you. It wants you to share with it what you have to offer in a loving way, and be mindful of contracts. Read over anything if somebody is proposing something to you and offering something to you. You know, keep in mind that this is your home. This is your established space here. These are the roots that you're nourishing for your home space, and it's the shared breath. Remember, we take a deep breath. We all share in this oxygen space, right? In this home. Whew. I heard fresh air, a breath of fresh air. The world tree on the bottom. The world. So you get the stones, 10 of stones, home and hearth, and then you get the world tree, which is completions. Whatever that cycle is done and over with, and the new cycle is here, and it's ready for you to be open to it. It is bringing in prosperity, well-earned prosperity, and it's nobody but the baby in the corner. Oh my goodness, a dirty dancing moment for the second there. No, you're gonna get out and you're gonna dance. You're gonna show them what you've learned. They might have looked at you. I just saw 2313. They might have looked at you as if you were always good. They chased you into a corner and you were always going to stay in your little bubble because that's where you belonged. Well, guess what? No, you belong up on stage dancing. You belong in the crowd, getting everybody else in that music with you. You earned that. You deserve that. And they cannot wait to participate in it with you. Guard in the reverse. Look, guard. See, she's got this door. And all of this fire energy, is it keeping her in, or is she keeping them out? What are you guarding? Where is the safety there? I get it. Can we have one more? Can we give them some direction, something to lean on? We're going to get a Kuan Yin too, and then we'll close this up. Gift and love. The gift of love. Ooh, it's so sweet. It's so sweet, and not sweet like candy. Sweet like puppy dog kisses. And then there's this cage, right? So it's about being mindful to let those roots grow and to not be caged in or boxed in, again, feeding and nourishing those good roots. But to do that, we have to weed the garden. Oh, you're speaking my language. I cannot wait to get in the garden. You guys, I have all kinds of seeds started, sunflowers and cantaloupes and all kinds of things, just peas and carrots, all kinds of stuff waiting to get out into the garden. But guess what? If I put them outside right now, they would freeze. Right? We didn't nourish those roots. We have to take care of them and allow them to be in a space that's going to allow them to grow and flourish fully. And right now, that means keeping them warm and close by, until the weather outside warms up enough. So, it doesn't mean that we don't plant them. It means that we're patient. Kuan Yin, Mother Goddess. Oh, I can feel you here hugging us. Turquoise Lotus Mother. Number 42. Turquoise Lotus Mother. There we go. Turquoise Lotus Mother brings precious healing to you now. Allow yourself to be lifted out of your struggle, beloved one. An old pattern is finally in its death throes, something that weighed heavily on you from your past. This can be one of the most testing times to allow something to go, just when it seems to be so demanding of your time, focus, and attention. Yet do not doubt, you have actually learned the lessons it required of you and are now being blessed with an opportunity to receive karmic healing. There are some lessons you process of spiritual growth that cut right to the core of our being, that challenge us so deeply that even as we learn the lessons and practice the wisdom, we can still struggle to outgrow the grip of the pattern. No matter how hard we try, we might not feel that we are ever going to be able to completely release the challenge. And no matter how much we grow, there is still a thread of the past that hangs on. We need a spiritual rescue remedy if we're ever to be free of the clutches of this persistent pain. The compassionate and spiritually powerful Mother Ma Kuan Yin, as the Turquoise Lotus Mother, seeks to bless you with karmic healing so that you may be lifted from your struggles and can simply leave them behind you now. Your soul has learned that what it needed from the situation, and it has asked for divine hand up so that it might continue on its path of growth without unnecessary karmic weight pulling it down. Listen to your guidance now. Notice if you feel inspired to visit a healer. Listen repeatedly to particular healing music. Go to a class or meditate at home on a particular time or just more often. These are attempts by the Divine Mother to reach you through available channels. Divine blessings of karmic healing can flow from the spiritual world directly to your soul, but oftentimes they're more effective when coming through the human channel of a high vibrational level directly into your energy field on the physical plane. Be as open as you can to the guidance to allow the divine karmic healing of Turquoise Lotus Mother to reach you. Her turquoise nature cleanses and protects your field, and her lotus heart shines through your own heart, bringing you peace. The Divine Mother within her simply wishes to nourish and nurture you into greater spiritual freedom. This oracle also indicates, if you have been working with crystal turquoise in particular, to continue doing so, as it is empowering for you and it is helping you heal, whether you are completely conscious of this yet or not. Rest comfortably and become aware of your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Focusing your awareness there, say, I now open my heart to receive karmic blessings and liberation according to the divine grace of Kuan Yin, Turquoise Lotus Mother. I receive any guidance, energetic transmission, or support that is unconditionally loving to help me receive this blessing now. Through divine grace, so be it. Perceive a light, a presence of energy of the Turquoise Lotus Mother now. As you focus on your heart center, be aware of the beautiful Kuan Yin holding a magnificent lotus made of turquoise. It hovers and spins above your hand and then begins spinning above your crown chakra, showering you with soft golden light with flecks of turquoise energy. Don't think, just allow this to happen. When you have stayed with this process for as long as feels right for you, silently give thanks and come back to the breath flowing in and out. You are ready. Just open your eyes. Wow. Notice the thoughts or impressions that occur to you in the days following. A prayer. Beloved Kuan Yin, Turquoise Lotus Mother, I now let go of any unhelpful pride or restrictive beliefs that would stop me from receiving the divine grace of karmic healing through you now. I ask that my soul be blessed and that I receive the full bestowal of grace to which I am spiritually entitled. With gratitude and love, I open my heart to you now. Om Mani Padme Hum. Beautiful. Open that crown. Open that crown. Let go of those restrictions. I said demons out. I always see Steve, I don't know if you ever saw that movie with Steve Martin, where he was a preacher and he was, demons out. Yes, demons out. There you go. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for working on you and doing such a beautiful job. Thank you for coming back next time and seeing us again.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.